Okay, so hi, welcome back to Mountain Boys. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about EDC bags. So, I did a video recently on just my 2021 EDC carry and what I'm doing this year. And I wanted to switch gears a little bit and talk about bags instead. If you weren't going to have everything crammed into your pockets and on your belt, and you wanted to use a bag instead, I just wanted to show you two options here. And this isn't to, do a full-on review of either of these bags. I kind of want to just demonstrate two schools of thought as I see it with an EDC bag. And the first here is I'm going to call the conspicuous option, and the second is the discreet option. So what I really mean by that is just the look of these bags in general. So we've got the Maxpedition Jumbo Versipack here, and then we have the Kelty Sling Bag. So just overall, as far as size goes, the Maxpedition beats the Sling Bag every time. And I would say one of the most important features when we're talking about an EDC bag specifically, and a lot of other brands make EDC bags, although I do feel like there are a lot more of the conspicuous variety than the discreet variety. So we'll go ahead and take Mr. Discreet off the table first, and we'll talk about the Maxpedition here. So the biggest component of your EDC bag is a pouch. So in here right now we can see that this bag has a big square of loop Velcro, loop side Velcro, and in here we have the Maxpedition brand holster retention system, and in it right now is my Ruger SP101. So we're not gonna debate the pros and cons so much of caliber choice or brand. Just suffice to say that the EDC bags generally all have this loop side on the inside of this weapons pouch here, and then there are also hook side Velcro holster attachments. So in this case, this one happens to be the Maxpedition. So enough said about that. So there's the weapons pouch. Now, with this bag in particular, I find that the best place to keep reloads is right up here in this top pouch. And in my EDC update for 2021, I mentioned how occasionally I will still carry the Ruger SP101. Well, there are a few things I mentioned with that, and how when I'm carrying it just strictly on my person and not in a bag, I prefer the flat quick strips. Well, you're carrying it in a bag, so you get another option. Here's the other kind of a quick strip, and that's more traditional speed loader style. And then here's your very traditional speed loader. So I just find that with this bag, this is where I want my reloads, right there. So nothing special, nothing fancy. Every type of EDC bag will be kitted out a little bit differently, where you're going to keep things. But maybe I will kind of mention the highlights of what I like about this bag. And the biggest one is right here, and that's the ability to take a water bottle. This will take even a full-size 1 liter, 1 quart Nalgene water bottle, but I find that like the smaller, 20-ounce variety, 18-ounce variety of SIG bottles work just a little bit better in here. You get another outside pouch, which is empty. Like I said, I don't really have these kitted out. That's not the point of today's video, but well, you're going to see a recurring theme here. So there, I've got a reflective belt. You have another kind of more administrative pouch where you could keep pens, pencils, flashlights, you know, everything like that. Like what's in here right now that just kind of lives in here. Oh, this is a kind of a knockoff Streamlight Micro Stream, but the knockoff variety, but just a simple 1 AAA flashlight. Again, this is an Outdoor Edge Leduc neck knife, which, you know, nice little knife. Obviously it needs some cordage and everything to be put around your neck, and I would suggest, well, for safety's sake, maybe breakaway cordage. And then into the main compartment, I've got an empty stuff sack, another 3M N95 mask, headlamp, some P-cord, and this is kind of the waist belt, waist strap, which I tend not to use even when I wear these bags. You know, I don't wear them. I don't attach these too often, and they just end up flopping around. But, you know, I keep it in here in case I want it. And what else do we got? Oh, just a chem light. And so that takes care of the main compartment here. If you do kind of want a bag tour, if you've never seen the Maxpedition Jumbo Versipack, again, it's got a pretty big main compartment to hold a lot of stuff. And that's the other consideration too. The bigger your bag, the more you're probably going to want to stick in there, and the heavier it's going to be. And I find I can actually weight this one down heavy enough to where just the one shoulder sling here, it's really not all that comfortable. So you do have a couple little separating pouches inside. One's mesh, one's just your standard full-on Cordura nylon. So there's the interior of the bag for whatever it's worth. Final exterior pocket. It has a little divider in here. I've just got a little, again, 2-way radio. But if you're talking conspicuous, well, suddenly you've got a somewhat tactical colored bag combined with Velcro for patches and everything like that people are probably going to want to stick patches on. And then you've got MOLLE. If you have a radio antenna sticking out of a pouch here, well, yeah, you are not being discreet. And I would bet that whenever I've carried this, people that see me with this bag just kind of automatically know, like, oh, I wonder what's in here. Really, it's no surprise. So one modification I did make to this was I just made some P-cord zipper pulls here. And the quality of the bag is actually pretty good. The only place after a couple years of use where the stitching is starting to come undone just a little bit is right here on this carry handle. So, you know, after a few years, this is kind of the first failure point that I'm seeing. And I want to talk about pouches and add-ons with this too, because I was keeping this little extra pouch on here for a long time, and I had it woven into these MOLLE loops right here. What I found was it introduced a really big interference with getting in to the pouch that you're going to want to get into in a hurry. So I went ahead and took this pouch off, and that's kind of drives home the point too. The more pouches that you stick on here, the more you feel like you're going to have to carry day in and day out and just overweight it. So I'm always very, very cautious with any extra pouches that I would weave onto a pack, because you're just going to want to fill them up with more crap. So that's my thought on that. So once again, going back into here, you can see that the orientation of the revolver isn't perfectly up and down. It's got a little bit of a cant. So that's when you're sliding it around your body to try and get into this pouch. That just facilitates the draw right there, having it on a slight cant. So, you know, we could replace this pouch and this, or excuse me, this holster right here. So there's my SP-101, and it's very snug and secure, and it's going to take just a hard jerk, you know, kind of straight out right there to free it from this. And it'll handle a lot of jostling and flopping around because it's not only being held just with friction here on the sides inside the holster itself, but when you've got things in the pack, it's kind of sandwiching down, holding your pistol in there, or revolver in there in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and set that to the side. And here we see another option for a Velcro holster. I think this was actually more designed for a revolver, but I'm like, hey, what do you know? 9mm Makarov kind of fits perfectly in here, except that when you break the thumb strap, you can't get your hands around the back of you can't get your thumb around the back of the grip easily for a draw. So this isn't the ideal holster for this pistol. And just in general too, yeah, I'm just not as big a fan of this. This one's made by 511. The holster itself is loop side Velcro, and it has this extra double-sided hook plate, I guess you could call it, that would actually go down in and attach into the pouch. So there we go. I got it stuck in there reasonably well, and again, it's secure. And I guess the draw on that isn't too ridiculous, and I guess it is nice that it does have another level of retention there with that strap that you would break with your draw, and that simple snap. But honestly, I think that level of retention inside a bag like this is overkill. So we'll go ahead and leave the Makarov in there, and we'll move on to the Kelty Sling Bag. So again, you can already tell that this bag is just a lot more pared down, and honestly, I use this one a lot more than I ever use the Maxpedition. So once again, we've got our main compartment here, and as you can see here, I've got my G19 and 2 mags. And wouldn't you know it, I have my mags oriented backwards, one of them. There we go. Consistency's sake, don't go throwing your mags in opposite directions. You know, get used to doing it one way, one direction only. And you can see, and this is just a personal thing, I keep all my mags labeled and numbered just to know if I ever have a hiccup with the mag, I can, you know, easily remember which one it was. So again, this is same type of holster setup, except here's the G19, and they fit in snug, and you want them to fit in snug. They're going to take a really positive tug to get them out of here, and I would almost say that to get it back in this holster properly should almost be a two-handed affair to get it really nice and snug in there. So I don't remember who made this little Velcro holster in here. You will notice that as compared to the Maxpedition, which kind of runs perpendicular to the firearm here, this one runs parallel to your firearm, and I think I like this one better. I can't remember who made it or where I got it. You know what? My buddy David. gave me this or lent me this and then I never gave it back. Maybe? David, if you're watching this, if you didn't give this to me years ago, I've still got it. I still use it. If you want it back, let me know. I like it. I would consider actually getting another one for the Maxpedition. I just have to figure out which one it actually was. So anyway, there's the main compartment. You can see that Kelty in here, they put the whole inside of this compartment right here is done in loop side Velcro for attaching things like little Velcro mag holders. So easy enough. Again, you could probably overdo it in here. I find Glock 19 is probably about as big a pistol as you would want to put in here. Probably, compact size, subcompact, like my G43 works great in here too. But if you're carrying a bag like this for EDC, it's like wearing a big coat in the winter. It's kind of an opportunity to upgun a little bit. So, going into the middle pouch, this is where you'll keep a lot of your other EDC items. For fun's sake, let's just see what I got in here, because I do use this one a lot more. So, some writing utensils, some P-cord, another N95 mask, disposable mask, USB battery bank, another glow light. We're starting to see some similarities. Another lighter with, this one's got duct tape on it, really heavy duty duct tape. And then another Sheffield folder. This one's brand new. I've never even taken off the little, I don't know what you'd call that, little safety sheath that goes on the top there. So Sheffield, there's another, you've got a few little dividing pouches in here, as well as one more zippered pouch. What do I have? Oh, bandana. So there we go. There's that. And yay, yet again, another reflective belt. Safety item right there. And another flashlight. So this is where that AA or 2AA Streamlight ProTac lives. So fits really nicely in here. And that's the thing too with oh, where did that other bag go? Is it in reach here by the table? No, of course not. Oh, but that one is. So here is just a really inexpensive off Amazon 18650 rechargeable light. Thing I don't like about this light, this is probably like a $10-15 thing off of Amazon, is that when you go to turn this on, it doesn't actually push on. It has to click out before it's on, and then it changes its modes. And this one just has, I think, a high-low strobe. But this little, I guess this is the whatever Ultrafire brand. It probably has a, yeah, Ultrafire battery in here. Anyway, this was a great little light. I mean, I did a big trip to Europe and Africa a few years ago, and I took this, and I had, I think, one spare battery for it, and almost a month of travel. And this flashlight, I think towards the end of the trip was when I finally changed out the battery. But again, you've got a bag like this, so I'm talking about having a little bit more space to upgun a little bit. You've got a little bit more space to carry a little bit better, bigger, brighter flashlight too. So I have since found an 18650 light that I really, really like, and it's still not very expensive, very inexpensive on Amazon, actually, and again, my friend David gave one to me after I liked his at hunting camp a few years ago. And I'll have to bring that one out sometime, because it's a really good, you know, I would say high value, light, you know, great bang for your buck. So that's just kind of a little bit of my thoughts on the EDC here with a bag. You know, you're not carrying all this stuff on your person, in your pockets, on your belt. So there's kind of a decision you make, you know, to kind of keep your, you know, more or less your pockets and your belt clear, and you carry everything in a bag instead. When I do that, I much prefer to have the discreet bag. Concealed carry, the idea is that you just, concealed carry. I feel like the Maxpedition and other bags like that, you know, when they're not that discreet, you've kind of missed the point of having that. And yeah, maybe enough said. I don't know if people will agree or disagree with that opinion, but that's what it is, my opinion. So anyway, that's all for tonight. Just kind of a quick tour and a view of two different style of EDC bags. And I will say that the Kelty Sling Bag is probably the best discreet concealed carry EDC bag that I've found. I really, really like how it it fits. You know, you do have a waist belt on here too to keep it from flopping around, and this one is kind of unobtrusive enough that I actually have left this one on. The only downside to this pack is the little Velcro pouch on the side that's got dog poop bags in it right now. The only downside to this bag is that little pouch right there on the outside, I don't even think I can fit my phone in it. Let me dig my phone out. Yeah, barely. And as far as smartphones go, this old Droid Mini is really, really small compared to the newer smartphones that are coming out these days. So good luck getting something in there in that pouch. It's not big enough for a water bottle. You know, obviously I found the best use for it was dog poop bags when I'm out with my dog. So I guess enough said there. But yeah, I guess I will mention the strap too. It's padded enough for what it is. I think it's perfect. And we have a little bit of this kind of faux leather, faux rubber stuff on here that gives you just enough grip on your shoulder. It's where it stays put, but yet you can still swing it around fairly quickly. I guess you do have a few little loops here if you have, let's see if my keys are in my pocket. No, not right now. You know, carabiner your keys to them or something like that. You know, good loop for hanging. So this is my preferred EDC bag if you haven't gotten that already. So this is Mountain Boys, and I'll see you next time.